When we think of Kenya, we usually imagine a scene like this, breathtaking landscapes overflowing with exotic wildlife. But the grim reality is that Kenya is losing its beautiful environment at a rapid rate. The United Nations says that some 50,000 hectares of forest are lost per year in Kenya. The country's forest cover has fallen below 3%, making it one of the least green countries in sub-Saharan Africa. The Embu region, situated at the foot of Mount Kenya, 130 kilometers north of the capital Nairobi, is one of the last remaining forests in the country. The main driver of Kenya's deforestation is the overconsumption of wood, the primary source of energy in its rural regions. 95% of the population here in Embu relies on firewood for cooking. 44-year-old Janet Joki is among them. She spends up to 6 hours a day under the hot sun gathering firewood, an inconceivable practice to many of us, but the daily reality for this mother of 3.
This is physical work. This is 5 to 7 kilograms. Yeah.
This is a small load for Janet. Women here can carry up to 20 kilograms on their backs.
We need a little break.
According to the Kenyan tradition, women are the only ones in the household who collect firewood.
Men never fetch firewood. The girls' children, not the boys, the girls, they help us. I was as little as this girl when I used to carry firewood my first time.
After a long trek, Janet and her neighbors finally arrive at her home. Welcome to Janet's kitchen, a simple wooden shed in her backyard that has been blackened by all the soot accumulated throughout the years. This is her stove, 3 stones placed on the ground on top of which branches are laid. The inefficient design of these traditional Kenyan stoves, called jiko in Swahili, allows both heat and smoke to escape easily. According to the World Health Organization, smoke exposure from these jikos is equal to smoking 2 packs of cigarettes a day.
I breathe the smoke every single day of the year. Sometimes I'm not so healthy. My chest sometimes aches. I have chest pains. Sometimes I cough, and I have to see the doctor.
It is here in the village of Kibugu that Janet might finally find a solution to her health woes. She is among the 70 people who are at this information session, organized by ClimatePal, a subsidiary of EcoAct. This Kenyan social business is proposing to replace traditional jikos by an energy-efficient model called the hifadhi stove. Hifadhi means to preserve in Swahili. This project is being financed by Livelihoods, a carbon investment fund that supports sustainable agriculture and rural energy projects.
Kamurangori kau wakavora mwangi ukinegana ava mwangi wesokotaga umaga tambo mwana ndoni ndakuvuva gutindo kevuvereria kuma wakana wona ndogo yatoga vanini ogwo ekiumanita eripokaga tambo.
Janet and the others are eager to inspect this revolutionary stove up close. It could significantly change their lives.
Your wife is going to be happy.
Very, very happy. very happy. Yes.
ClimatePal aims to distribute 60,000 hifadhi cook stoves in 3 districts in Embu County, impacting up to 300,000 people. It is the biggest clean cook stove project ever to be implemented in Kenya. The rainy season in Kenya can sometimes make it difficult to travel around Embu.
Okay, welcome to the Hifadhi workshop. This is where the Hifadhi stoves are made. So let me take you around, you see the whole process.
Mercy Carraro is the quality control manager of the IFADI project. 35 locally employed workers produce up to 700 stoves a day at this workshop.
Here what happens is that they assemble different parts of the stoves together, of the metal casing.
The Hifadi stove is made from locally sourced metal and ceramic materials. It can withstand very high temperatures and retains heat longer while cooking. Tests done by researchers at Kenyatta University, Nairobi, confirmed that it decreases wood consumption by 60% compared to the traditional three-stone jiko.
Once the stove has been cleaned, they paint the stove before it is checked and then dispatched to the warehouse. Yes. One of the aspects I check is the grid inside, the ceramic part. They have to ensure that there are no visible cracks. So once all that is complete, then I put 1X on the stove.
Back to Janet's house. She has prepared dinner for her family and friends tonight.
This is the last meal I will ever cook with that smoky jiko.
Janet laughs with her family, happily imagining how her life will change with the new stove she will receive tomorrow. The big day has finally arrived for Janet. She waits impatiently with 100 other project beneficiaries as the Climate Pal team unloads the precious cargo from this truck. We are in Kathangari village. 600 Hifadi stoves will be distributed in Janet's village this week alone.
So when your name is called, you come and get a stove. You sign here in the agreement, and then you live with your stove.
With her current income, Janet can allow herself to buy a stove without bursting her budget.
I have paid only 300 shillings and it's fair.
In reality, the production costs of the stove are twice that amount. But the price difference is subsidized by the sale of carbon credits expected to be obtained by this project. Livelihoods has invested 3.4 million euros in this 10-year project. The unique serial number on each stove allows Climate Pal to provide repair services. Janet returns home with her new cook stove. The mood is festive. After all, her daily life will be drastically changed from here on out.
I'm excited to try this jiko now. I want to light it. It's much faster. As it gets hot, the smoke will go. Yeah. So this is the first time to use my new stove, and I'm happy.
Janet has invited her friends over for lunch to celebrate the special occasion.
My friends and my family, I'm happy to share with you the first food I've just cooked with my new stove. And it's delicious, so you serve yourselves.
Janet is satisfied with her Hifadi stove because for the first time in her life, she has not had to breathe in toxic smoke while cooking.
Oh, wow.
The Hifadi project not only addresses the local women's health concerns, but it also aims to restore the forest through a reforestation project. We are at 49-year-old Pamela Wanja's house. This is her garden, where she grows vegetables and trees. This is a gravilla tree, a species that yields firewood. In the future, Pamela will be able to use the tree's branches to fuel her stove.
mbere natesaga mathaa mengi muno kindu ta matano ngicaria ngũ cia kuruga no kuma mwamba njikone yenyu ndumagira mairi tu gucaria ngũ na ikorwa ni mithenya iri na igitumika mikindu mithenya iri ngoragwa ne nacio oguo ni mbega.
In a few years' time, when these trees have grown, Pamela won't need to travel long distances to collect firewood in the forest anymore. She will be able to do so in her very own backyard. In addition to the gravilla trees, Pamela was also given fruit trees from Climate Pal. She will be able to sell the mango and avocado fruits for additional income. The Livelihoods Project will save 3 million trees and replant 2 million more. This translates to 1.5 million tons of carbon dioxide emissions sequestered by the time the project is finished in 2023. The Hifadi project will also plant a seed of hope in the hearts of 60,000 local women and improve their livelihoods.
Let her eat.